Hello guys, how are you guys doing today? Today I'm going to talk about what I believe is the most important book in business. This was probably the most influential book in business that I've read, and the one that really shifted my mindset and made my business more profitable. And the name of the book is Profit First. And the reason this book is so important because it completely changes the way you think about profit. Now, the way regular accounting, the profit always comes last, right? You have your revenue minus expenses, overhead equals profit. But this book completely changes it and makes it so that you always take your profit first, right? And that seems ridiculous at first because you think, well, how can you take your profit before you even know if you're profitable? But the way this book frames it is that's the most important thing, because if you can take your profit first, then your business, then that means your business is running correctly if you're able to take your profit. And if you can't take your profit first and survive, either you need to change your business, rethink your strategy. So, and basically, the book points at one law called Parkinson's law. And Parkinson's law is almost as if uh, everything in the universe gets used up. What I mean by that is, imagine a tree. Imagine a tree that has lots of fruits. And let's say some of the animals don't eat all the fruits. What happens? Do the fruits just stay there in a savings account, right? Do they just stay there and roll over till next year? No, they get used up. If the squirrels don't take them, the bugs will, the maggots, and they become part of the soil. Everything gets used up. Nothing ever rolls over for the next year. And that happens in nature. And in our minds, in our psychology, this is the way we think as well. Everything gets used up. And the example that he uses is, imagine a tube of toothpaste. When you buy a brand new tube of toothpaste, you put a whole bunch of toothpaste on your toothbrush, you brush your teeth. Sometimes you put a big blob on, put some water on, and it falls. You put another big blob on and brush your teeth. You're using so much toothpaste. Yet when you have very little toothpaste, you use 1/3 of that, and yet still manage to brush your teeth and have the same effect, right? So why did we use so much when there was a lot of toothpaste and very little when there was no toothpaste, and yet your teeth got brushed exactly the same, right? And that's the Parkinson's law, right? Because there was so much toothpaste, we increased the demand. And so what this book says is, the more revenue you have, the more expenses are going to show up. Let's say 1 year you have an extra $20,000, and then you suddenly think, maybe I need to redo my office, maybe I need to redo that sign in front of the business, or get a new company truck. All these expenses always show up because in our psychology, we can't have extra, right? And that happens in nature. There's no extra apples, right? Everything gets used up. If you don't eat the apples, if the squirrels don't eat the apples, something will, and those apples will be gone, okay? So the way this does is, it doesn't, the way this book frames it is, we are going to take the profit first and we're going to use it up so that it can't be used up by anything else, right? So it completely changes the way we look at accounting, the way we look at business, and it makes it so that you're profitable. It really does. Um, so there's a lot of details in this book, but basically what it is uh, there's a certain percent. You start off with a small percentage, and when you get that income, or let's say you do a job, or let's say you own a restaurant, you get this regular monthly daily income. Um, Twice a month, there's all this income goes into all the income goes into a main account, and from this main account, it's the profit is taken out and put in a different account, and the rest of this goes to an operating account. And then so basically, he takes a profit first, then he takes taxes, and then what's left over goes to the operating account, and it forces you to learn to operate uh, with that money. And it teaches you, hey, I only have this much for this month. I need to make it last. And then the profit is sent to a bank account that's different than the one that you do all your business. And he just wants to eliminate temptation, basically. But I mean, it's probably I've read many business books. A lot of these business books are theoretical stuff. This is actual practical stuff that's going to make you keep your money. You learn a lot about your business, right? Because you take the profit first and you have this much money and you're like, okay, can I make it with this? Or dang, this is either I need to increase my prices because I can't make it with this, or I need to learn to be more efficient and not be so wasteful. So this is the #1 business book I recommend. Anyways, check it out, guys. This is my second video. I'm new to YouTube. Hit subscribe and let's learn together. I'm gonna be making a lot more videos on things that I've learned and things that I'm learning as we go along, and hopefully we can become better persons, better business people, and help each other out. Thank you.